Ever feel like debt collectors are taking over your life with their relentless calls and letters? You're definitely not alone. Facing debt collectors can be incredibly stressful, but understanding your rights and knowing how to respond can make a huge difference. Here, we'll provide a comprehensive guide to dealing with debt collectors, including your legal protections, how to handle phone calls effectively, and strategies for negotiating payments. Plus, we'll cover how to address any harassment and minimize the impact on your credit score. So stay with us to learn how to navigate these tough conversations and reclaim your peace of mind. Alright, let's get started. First off, let's talk about understanding your rights. This is a crucial step because debt collectors can sometimes be pretty aggressive, and knowing what they can and can't do will give you a solid foundation to stand on. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, you have specific rights that protect you from harassment and unfair practices. For example, did you know that debt collectors can't call you before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m.? And they can't call you at work if you tell them you're not allowed to receive calls there. They also can't threaten you with jail time or pretend to be someone they're not. These are just a few of the protections you have under the FDCPA. So, if you feel like a debt collector is crossing the line, you have every right to report them. Now, let's move on to handling those phone calls. It can be really intimidating to pick up the phone and talk to a debt collector, but remember, you're in control of the conversation. When you answer, stay calm and polite. The first thing you should do is verify the debt. Ask for details like the name of the creditor, the amount owed, and the date of the debt. You have the right to request this information in writing, which is a good idea because it gives you time to review everything without feeling pressured. Once you have the information, take a deep breath and assess your situation. Don't agree to any payment plans or settlements right away. Instead, take some time to think about what you can realistically afford. If you decide to negotiate, be honest about your financial situation. Sometimes, debt collectors are willing to settle for less than the full amount owed, especially if you can make a lump sum payment. But whatever you do, make sure any agreement you reach is put in writing before you make a payment. This way, you have a record of what was agreed upon. Speaking of negotiating, let's talk about that a bit more. Negotiating with debt collectors can be nerve-wracking, but it's often worth it. If you can't pay the full amount, explain your situation and make a reasonable offer. For instance, if you owe $1,000, you might offer to pay $500. Sometimes, collectors will accept a lower amount if it means they get paid faster. And if they agree, be sure to get that agreement in writing before sending any money. This is crucial because it protects you if there are any disputes later on. Also, remember that you can negotiate the terms of your payments. If a lump sum payment isn't possible, ask if you can set up a payment plan. Again, make sure to get all the details in writing. This includes the amount of each payment, the due dates, and any interest or fees that might apply. Now, let's talk about what to do if you're facing aggressive or harassing behavior from a debt collector. If a collector is being abusive, you don't have to put up with it. You can send a cease and desist letter, which legally requires them to stop contacting you. There are templates available online, but it's a good idea to send it via certified mail with a return receipt so you have proof that it was received. Once they receive this letter, they can only contact you to confirm they received it or to inform you of specific legal actions they're taking. It's also important to keep records of all your communications with debt collectors. This includes phone calls, letters, and emails. Write down the date and time of each call, the name of the person you spoke with, and what was discussed. Keeping detailed records can help protect you if there are any disputes or if you need to file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau or your state's Attorney General. Another thing to consider is the statute of limitations on your debt. This is the time period during which a collector can sue you to collect the debt. The length of this period varies by state and by the type of debt. Once the statute of limitations has expired, the debt is considered time-barred, which means you can't be sued for it. However, this doesn't mean the debt goes away. Collectors can still attempt to collect it, but they can't take legal action against you. If you're unsure about the statute of limitations for your debt, it might be worth consulting with a consumer attorney. They can provide you with specific advice based on your situation and help you understand your rights. And next, let's talk about the impact of debt collections on your credit report. Having a debt in collections can significantly impact your credit score, but there are steps you can take to improve your situation. First, if you settle the debt, ask the collector if they will report it as paid or settled to the credit bureaus. This won't remove the collection from your report, but it will show that you've addressed the debt, which can be seen positively by future creditors. Additionally, once the debt is paid, you can write a goodwill letter to the creditor asking them to remove the collection from your report. There's no guarantee they will, but it's worth a try. Over time, as you continue to make positive financial decisions, the impact of the collection will lessen. So, there you have it. Dealing with debt collectors can be daunting, but by knowing your rights and taking a strategic approach, you can manage the situation effectively. Remember, the key is to stay calm, be informed, and communicate clearly. You have more control than you might think, and taking these steps can help you regain that control and reduce your financial stress. And if you have any questions or personal experiences dealing with debt collectors, please share them in the comments below. We're all here to support each other, and your story might help someone else who's going through the same thing. Thanks for watching.